Stories are an integral part of our life. We all tell stories and we all tell them all the time, right? Starting from the days when we used to go to school and we used to have storytelling competition, right? When we used to go in front of students and try to tell a story that we would mug up. But guess what? That was not so effective compared to the stories when you used to tell your teacher when you forgot to do your homework, right? Those stories are more effective and people would laugh at you, they'll believe at you, they'll get emotional at you, and sometimes they will get accepted or rejected, right? But these kind of stories is something that we also tell now when we grow up, right? Whether we are going to office and we tell our boss that why we are late, or to make the person understand that why you should take my product and my services, right? To have a business to business deal and try to understand that how a company can add value to another company. And I mean, these are all forms of stories. If you're just trying to convey something in form of sentence, it may not work out. But if you have some ingredients, right, the special masala ingredients that you put in your story, which will help you to inculcate the effectivity and the spark that you require in order to deliver the best story ever possible. Now, you must be thinking that why stories are so important. Well, I've been telling stories from the childhood, but professionally I've been telling stories from last 2 years, and it's been an amazing journey. I started with being a very professional and very bookish kind of storytelling techniques, but then I realized that is not that effective. I told stories to people like in different domains across the world and in different scenarios, whether having one-on-one discussion like this, having a video recording like this. If you are my friend, if you are my participant, if you are my trainee, my mentee, you know that whenever you attend a session, right, I always start with my own story, right? And that story is something that makes people remind what Pritam Bhadra is. Even when I'm not in contact with them for months, they'll still remember about me, they'll still discuss about me, because guess what? Story brings out the idea that you want to deliver to the world, right? Your ideas can be, really fragile in a way that people won't remember it for a long period of time because it has not created an impact in people's mind in order to pay attention to. So you must be thinking that, Pritam, what are the ways in which I can make my storytelling very powerful? But make sure that you see the things which are very simple. I can't remember very difficult and complex things for sure. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you the 3 ways which will help you in order to make your storytelling very, very powerful. Coming to the first point, when I discuss about storytelling, when I discuss about a friend, I discuss about any kind of project that I'm working, and I go ahead and tell a story, I make sure that I am telling a story to a friend and not a corporate partner, not to have a deal, not to get into a training program, not to sell something, not to make people remember that, hey, I'm Pritam Bhadra. What I do is I tell a story as if my friend is sitting right there. Because guess what? When you tell a story to your friend which is sitting right there, you are at your natural best. You are very natural. You don't really think about much things. And because of which, people can connect with you better. You don't have complications of thinking that what if the story doesn't work and I will lose the deal. You really don't have the pressure of thinking what if people don't know me, they'll not buy from me. You don't have the pressure of thinking that if I'm not able to succeed at this, my boss will ask me questions. And that is the reason why it reduces all the stress, the pressure, the tension. Because when we are with our friends and we discuss things with an open heart. And the person who is sitting in front of you, maybe a student, a professional, a business partner, they will understand that and will connect with you much better. So that's the first thing, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure that whenever you are discussing, telling a story to your friends, to anyone, make sure that you treat them as your friend. That's the first thing. So when you're thinking, what is the second thing that will help you in order to have great, effective stories? And the second most important thing is, see, human beings can connect with each other in the best way possible when they're, when we don't just discuss about the numbers, the traction, the enrollments, the figures and all that. When you also inculcate how effective it was in bringing change in people's life and the emotion that it carries. See, your product needs to be good for sure, right? Your services needs to be good. Whatever you're explaining and you're trying to reach out, it needs to be good. But with that, what change it created in people's mind, in people's attitude, in people's life, and the emotion that they carry with that, that's what is going to connect people. Remember, we are not interacting with robots, right? We're discussing with people emotions. And because of humans being interacting, emotions becomes an integral part, because the moment a person feels emotionally connected towards us, they don't look outwards, they look inward and they try to relate it to you. And the moment a person look inward with your story, it's done. They will remember you for a very, very long time. So that's the second point, ladies and gentlemen. The third point is, it's very casual, it's very cliche, but it's very important that to be natural. As I discussed in my first point, that it's very important that you're telling the story to a friend, because you have to be natural. That's my third point, because that reduces the stress, the tension, the pressure, the data required, the target that you have in your mind. Because at that point of time, it's just being natural. And human beings, believe it or not, can sense that if you're being natural, or if you're trying to make up things just for the sake of having that conversation. People will understand that somewhere around here. You have this gut feeling coming from inside that, hey, this is not the right thing. Hey, this is not what I want. Or I can connect with that person. Maybe I should go for it. That gut feeling is all about being natural in what you're doing, because that naturality is reflected the way you speak, the way you work, and the way people perceive you. And guess on the perception that these people have, they won't take the action. So these are the three things that I use when I tell my story or any other story for any kind of program, whether it's corporate, personal, public workshop, friends, family members, and it has always given me great results. People still remember me and they love to interact with me, because now they can connect with me on a personal level. That has helped me grow, and I'm sure that when you tell a story, you include these three basic yet important things. Keep that in mind, and whenever you're trying to present a story to anyone, be natural. Don't just present it. Tell a story to your friend. Thank you.